My 6 favorite fragrances from City Rhythm. Starting it off with Miami Tropical Confessions. This is my first impression cologne. I don't care if it's summer, winter, this is my first impression cologne. So if I'm going to meet someone for the first time and I want to give a good first impression, I'm wearing Miami Tropical Confessions. This is so creamy, man. It's so nice. My second favorite is the original Miami, and this takes the original Miami DNA and adds more of a creamy, milky coconut vibe, which is so nice, man. It dials down a bit on that original lime, and you get more of this creamy, sweet, tropical vanilla coconut, and it's absolutely delicious. This stuff slaps. I wear it all the time. My buddies like it. I've actually given my buddy a decant before, and he took it with him to travel work. You know who I'm talking about, Chris. Shout out Chris. He's an amazing dude. He loves this. He tells me he gets compliments from it. I get compliments from it. My mom loves this stuff. It's genuinely delicious. One time I've been told that they could smell it like 15 feet away. I walked past someone and he said like it had a good trail, and I was genuinely so far away from him. And he said it was nice. So Miami Tropical Confessions is in my number one for City Rhythm fragrances. Again, longevity on all these are like 8, 10, 12 plus hours. Majority of them are around that 9 to 10 hour mark. And projection is extremely loud on every single one of these, especially my top 6. They are extremely loud. Miami Tropical Confessions, number one. What do I rate it? 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 cologne for me. Niles has a few 10 out of 10s. I think he has 3. 3 out of my top 6, 3 of them are 10 out of 10s. Shout out City Rhythm, shout out Niles. My second favorite, the original Miami. This stuff is elite. I wore it as the scent of the day yesterday. I'm going to put it on as the scent of the day today because I love rocking this stuff. Now this has more of a punchy in your face sweetness, like sugar sweet, mixed with some beautiful green lime, mixed with that tropical booziness as well. It's so nice. This stuff is delicious. What do I rate it? 10 out of 10. The longevity on this, I get like 12 plus hours. And the good thing about Niles' fragrances is these two that I'm talking about, the Miami line, the tropical line, they're sweet enough to wear in summer. They're sweet enough to wear in winter. Like, it will cut through the cold. I have no problem wearing this in the winter because that boozy, sweet vanilla coconutiness blends, destroys the cold weather. It demolishes in the heat. Overall, it's delicious. I genuinely think that these two right here are absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Both have their perks. Which one do I recommend the most? I think I recommend Tropical Confessions the most. I see that being more wearable, more dialed back. This stuff is sweet, in your face, delicious. Not that in your face is bad at all. Like, it is amazing. It is stronger. It is longer lasting in my experience than Tropical Confessions. Barely, because both of them are extremely long lasting and delicious. But man, this original Miami is something else. And I can't wait to wear it out in the 90 plus degree weather today. It's going to smell delicious. It's going to do great. It's going to perform great. Moving on to the next one. Austin. This is elite. You get a lot of cognac in here. Nice cognac wood. It kind of gives me like a cinnamon roll vibe with a nice booziness, nice tonka amber combination. I wore this in the gym, which this is not a gym scent. I would not say like, oh yeah, rock this in the gym. But I did. It was like 3 degrees outside or like -1 or something. So I rocked Austin in the gym. And I was curling, so I was getting a decent pump. It was projecting off my skin quite a lot. Some dude came up to me and asked me what I was wearing. And I was like, oh, it's City Rhythm Austin. And I was like, they're an indie brand, so they're not as known as something like Creed, Parfums de Marly, Nautica, Polo. They're not as known as a brand like that. So I showed him the website. I showed him the price. And he was like, thanks for not gatekeeping. I don't know if he bought it. Hopefully he did, because this stuff genuinely is amazing. And this gets the last 10 out of 10 on the list. The rest of these other 3 are still amazing. They don't get that 10 out of 10 mark, but they are still amazing. This is by far my favorite winter cologne by City Rhythm. Just so delicious, man. It is so good. Absolutely love this. City Rhythm Austin. Stuff is delicious, bro. So good. It's so good. Moving on. City Rhythm Nashville. Now that I'm reviewing it on YouTube, more of a long form, I can yap for like a minute or two per fragrance. I can kind of explain Nashville a little more. So if you've ever smelled like the Irish coffee, now this doesn't smell like coffee at all, but if you've smelled like the Irish coffee, if you get that Irish greenness, which doesn't make sense because this fragrance isn't green, but hopefully, you know, if you get that Irish cream, that's what this smells like. So you get that Irish vibe, you get a nice mocha chocolatey vibe, you get a nice red berry wine boozy type vibe. Man, this stuff is delicious. I don't like it as much as Austin, but I still really like it. That chocolatey mocha vibe is something else. The only fragrance I've smelled that does a good chocolate, like mocha vibe like this, is Dolce Diablo by Nicotiana, which is also very nice. And this is very nice as well. I feel extremely comfortable giving this like a 9 out of 10. This stuff is delicious. It is pretty hard to pick up on some of the other notes. That mocha-ness, that chocolatey mocha-ness, woodiness does take over. But on skin, you do start to pick up on some of those other notes, and it just blended so wonderfully. Absolutely delicious. Barcelona is an interesting one. Right off the bat, I'll tell you, I give it an 8 out of 10. The atomizer, amazing. Bottle, amazing. They're all pretty much the same. This right here has a nice wine note, champagne note, my bad. Nice sparkling champagne, bubbly vibe. And then you instantly get hit with like a chocolatey orange vibe, which reminds you of those like Valentine's chocolates that had the orange inside of the chocolate. Or if you've ever got one of those big orange chocolate things that you have to like kind of crush with your hands to eat. It smells like that with the beautiful, bubbly, bright, clean champagne, sparkly note in here. It's just amazing how he like captivates these and makes them what they are. It is beautiful. Beautiful. This stuff is beautiful. City Rhythm, the House of City Rhythm, they do boozy, they do tropical boozies, like they do sweet. If you don't like sweet or gourmandy fragrances, definitely sample this house. I would recommend sampling overall. Now, I don't offer samples of any of these fragrances, but you can get them. I'll literally link City Rhythm right there in the description. He does offer samples. I don't have a code or anything. I genuinely just love this house. You can get it off my TikTok shop. They're still on the TikTok shop. They might be pulling off the TikTok shop, but currently right now, they are still in the TikTok shop. And if you do buy it off the TikTok shop, I do get a commission, but there are no samples on the TikTok shop, just full bottles. So keep that in mind. But this, beautiful 8 out of 10 on Barcelona. This stuff is great, man. They're all great. I haven't smelled a bad City Rhythm. New Orleans. Not that it's bad, it's just, you know, not for me. Recently just did a pretty bad review on Puerto Rico. On TikTok, it was a very rush kind of review. It was hot outside. The wind was crazy. It was blowing my phone over. It was distracting. So I gave it a pretty bad review. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But now I'll give it a proper review. New atomizer. No more shimmer. If you didn't notice, like right here, Miami has a shimmer. And I think Austin has a shimmer. Austin does have a shimmer as well. And so does Nashville, I think. Yeah, Nashville does. They got rid of the shimmer because it was clogging atomizers, so great move by Niles to get rid of that. This right here is delicious. And I'm getting a lot of that Spanish lime, that green lime. Some people ask me, like, how do you smell that it's Spanish lime? Now, I would have had no idea if it was a Spanish lime if Niles wouldn't have told me. It just smells like a more plump, juicy green lime. It just literally smells plumpier, more prominent. That's the only way I can explain Spanish lime. It smells like lime, but more plump, juicy, and green. It just smells green. But this has a nice mango milk, tropical vibe. And then it has like toasted coconut shavings in here, which smells delicious. Bro. Now I'm getting more. I'm getting more of it now. Now that I'm settled down and can actually smell the fragrance. This stuff is delicious. Again, I'm going to give this an 8.5. Wow, is it delicious. Wow, is it good. The sweetness in here is delicious. I almost said the boom factor. It's a boom. It's so good, man. It's so good. I'm trying to remind. It kind of gives me, almost gives me like a orangey vibe, which is interesting. But I think it's just that lime mixing with the sweetness, but it's almost giving me a bright, almost like tangerine. Interesting. This is the first time I'm getting that kind of tangerine vibe, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But this is absolutely phenomenal. Delicious. Hopefully you give the House of City Rhythm a chance. Again, they are wonderful. You don't have to worry about longevity. You don't have to worry about projection, which is amazing. I've tried every single City Rhythm. I've never been let down with longevity or projection, which is great. Quality, great. He's extremely consistent with the quality of his oils. It's amazing. It's amazing. I do like the fact that the quality is there. The smell is there. Again, you have to like those sweet, tropical, boozy, or rummy notes, or champagne notes, chocolatey gourmands. Like, this is a house for people that like sweet. If you just like fresh, clean citrus, check out Pulse by City Rhythm. But if you want to smell like the cities, most of them are sweet deliciousness. Even Manhattan has a nice sweetness, tobacco, like deliciousness. I need another bottle of Manhattan. I need another bottle of Miami because I can see myself using this in the next year or so. I need another bottle of the original Miami because, again, I can see myself using this the next year or so. Austin, I'm pretty much stocked up on Austin. I got a good probably 2-3 years left in that. The rest I got a good 2-3 years left in, which is awesome. I love you, Niles. I love you, City Rhythm. I've been talking about them for what? 3, almost 4 years. It's been a while. This is not the right cap for Barcelona. I just couldn't find it, and I just put this one. I just put this one on. I think this is the Manhattan cap, but I ran out of my Manhattan a little bit ago, not too long ago, last winter. Excuse me. Have a wonderful day, guys. Again, I'll link them in the bio. You can check them out or in the description. I believe their samples are like a few dollars plus shipping. Check them out. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys later, and goodbye.